Hey trainers, welcome back to Pokemon Deck Check. I would be Poke Dad, and today we're going to be covering another Checkmate deck, but this one's a little bit different. It's not focused entirely kind of on stall, but it is a completely 100% reactive deck, so you have to kind of watch what your opponent's doing, see what their path to victory is, and then your whole strategy is to counter that. So, let's get into the list and I'll explain it best I can as we go here. For Poiple, this is based on Xander Piero's list. One of these Poiples should be the other one, so keep that in mind. Xander Piero did go 801 at the DC Open, so this list is 100% dialed in. Just note, one of these Poiples should be one of the other ones, okay? 3 of the Ultra Conversion Naganadel GX. 1 of the Stinger Naganadel GX. And then a regular Baby Naganadel. Then you've got a couple TP dudes and Frostless. And then here's where it gets chaotic. Okay, so you've got your Ditto, right? And then you're going to evolve either to Persian, Melmetal, Aerodactyl, Dugong from Ditto. So you never want to bench Ditto early. You want to, unless you're in a bad situation, you always want to be with the mindset of, I want to use Stinger GX first, and the turn I use Stinger GX, I want to put down Ditto. So that way the following turn, if they knock out your Naganadel GX, you move up the Ditto, and then you either counter Zekrom, you can counter Charizard, and so Guardy Sylvie, or maybe you grab Persian GX, then you can grab a couple more cards because they knocked out your Naganadel GX. So, Ditto, you do not want to bench it early game. Okay, this is very, very reactive. Okay, 100% reactive. Then you have a Pheromosa. It's mainly for the free retreat, so you have a nice pivot Pokemon to retreat out of. Marshadow, it can be good to take out Naganadels, or it can put a lot of pressure on a Mewtwo Mew, or you can use it to discard the Stadium. That way, you're always having your Naganadel GX Ultra Conversion online. So, or your if they do a power plant or something like that, it won't shut off your Dedenne. Buzzwole, that's good if you're not able to get to Stinger GX and you have to trade kind of prizes. But in that situation, more than likely, the end result will be you down in prizes or your opponent down in prizes to maybe like 2 prizes. And then you hit him with the Stinger, and that moves him back up to 3 prizes. So, Dustman, he's good for sniping, and he's also a good wall against some of the Malamar stuff, like the single prize Garatina decks, because they can't one-hit KO him, since he has resistance. Hoopa's decent first attack, the Evil Admonition that punishes if they have a lot of abilities on the table. Nihiligo Ultra Beast. He's good if they go down to 2 prize cards. You can punish them that way. So, then a Mew to keep Zekrom from sniping possibly 2 of your Naganadels for the GG, or even your Persian or Dedenne. So, Mew's good. And then finally a Dedenne GX. So, extremely chaotic. All these Ultra Beasts, you're not going to need them every single game. So, you're going to be discarding them with Ultra Conversion, or if you do need them in your matchup, they're there. So, Dugong for Charizard, Frostless for Charizard, Dustmane to kind of tank against the Malamar decks. Same with Hoopa. He's good for the Malamar decks. And then Buzzwole for Zekrom. Melmetal for Guardy Sylvie, and then yeah, that's pretty much it. And then Aerodactyl for the Zekrom Pikachu matchup, or the Alolan Raichu. And he's a good free pivot too. So the only way this deck really loses is if certain things are prized and they're able to put a ton of pressure on you early game, and like say your Mew's prized and they're able to snipe down your bench with Zekrom Pikachu. So, but you just have to figure out what is your opponent trying to do, what's their win condition, how are they going about doing that, and then just completely counter that. So next we got Forms of Search, 4 Poke Comp, 3 Mysterious Treasure, 1 Beast Ball. Then we've got 4 Custom Catchers, 2 Reset Stamps, and just a 1 of Tech Spell Tag. So 8 Forms of Search. If your Stinger GX Naganadal's prized, you got the Beast Ball. And if your Beast Ball and Naganadal GX Stinger is prized, then you scoop and go to the next game if you happen to prize Beast Ball and your Stinger GX. So keep that in mind. But you hopefully don't prize both of them at the same time. It definitely can happen. Not likely, but definitely a possibility. So how do we set all this up? Well, we run a Steven's Resolve engine. Tech and Liza for some pivot. Brock's Grit, so if you need to get back those Ultra Beasts to keep using Ultra Conversion. And then Grimsley. Grimsley's very situational. It's a tech. If like you have spell tag 4 damage counters, then you can move 3 to something else. If they try to retreat, maybe you can't snipe it with Dust Mane. So it just kind of smooths over that stuff. It's a 1 of tech. I don't particularly like it, but it's not the worst thing. You know, and you could move counters to knock out a Giratina or a Malamar, stuff like that. So it's not terrible, but it's not awesome either. I mean, it's just kind of whatever, you know. So, but the engine is Stevens. That's what you want to be playing turn 1. I think instead of Grimsley, I would like to see a Poke Gear 3.0 to help get the turn 1 Stevens. But that's just me. For Ultra Space, you gotta have it. Gotta have it. That's the way you're grabbing all these beasts, and luckily you can put them into hand and discard them with Ultra Conversion. So you gotta run the full set of 4, and you know you want to be countering any power plants and stuff like that, anyways. So 3 Triple Boost, 2 Rainbow, 1 Water, 1 Recycle, and 1 Ultra Beast Energy. So, you are playing Stevens, so I mean, obviously you're going to probably grab a triple, the Naganadal GX, and then probably your Ditto, or a Reset Stamp. You hit them with, that's where this deck could get really, really powerful when you think about it. Turn 1 Stevens, grab, say, your Triple Boost, Ditto, and Reset Stamp, okay? So let's pretend here. So you grab, or even a Dedenne so you can follow it up. But still, that's brutal, okay? You grab all that stuff in your hand, your turn ends. So next turn, you bench down your Ditto, attach your Triple Boost, and then your following turn, you can hit them with the Reset Stamp after you Stinger. So, definitely could put the hurt on them in lots of different ways. You just have to figure out how you're going to punish your opponent super quickly. And with a deck like this, you have to know specific matchups and those matchups' weaknesses very, very well. So you're going to have to spend hours upon hours to really know those matchups and the best way to just punish your opponent's deck and their strategy. So it's a lot of fun. We just made it. I found the list that Xander Perro posted in his article. Looks like a lot of fun. We're going to try it out. We'll probably, maybe Sunday, we'll post a video of us trying it out. So, yeah, so be looking forward to that. And until next time, be excellent to each other and party on, dudes.